Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setups for today. So, American CPI data came out, and boom, we fell. The difference with this market, sorry, that's a 4-hour. So, the difference with this market is we have come back to a fairly strong area of support. And if you look to the left, you'll see what I mean. So, you can see pretty much from there, rejection, support, rejection. Let's try that again. Rejection, support, support, rejection, 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 and are we forming support at the moment? So obviously, as I said yesterday, very skeptical of going long up here based on the oscillators. Was waiting for a pullback. Now this is a pullback area that I would be interested in. Moving average is not giving us any indication at the moment. Oscillators are pointing down and crossed over the 80. So could very well be a continuation to the downside that may just brew, but I'm not entirely convinced with the DAX. If you look at the 3-hour, you can see oscillators coming down to the downside, separated quite nicely. Nice diversions forming. There's a previous swing low. Here's a current swing low in an area of support. Moving averages all crossed over and already got an inside bar and a pin bar off a level. So if I just put a line just on the top of this pin bar, which is there, and we now drop down to the hour, you will see inside bar, oscillators group to downside, very strong level here at 13,060, and then that's the top of the pin bar. So based on the 3-hour chart, that's the 3-hour chart there, if I get a break above this area, and I would take that as an hour close as a minimum, so I want an hour close above this area, that's going to confirm for me that this is an area of support and I could be looking for an opportunity back to the upside. So this is a very, very interesting situation at the moment. And if we just drop down to the 15-minute, one thing I just want to highlight is, when data comes out, there's very rarely an opportunity, especially with a big move, that you can actually get into the market quickly. Now, looking at the 15-minute, the whole story here of that 3-hour pin bar changes completely. And you can see the oscillators grouping to the upside. This is just ranging. So we start dropping below 13,060 and come back and test that area. We are opening up ourselves a situation for a short, and that is a 78-point stop loss. And goodness knows where we would be heading to. I suspect each one of these tails here would offer some form of resistance, or support, should I rather say. So that is kind of the view I've got. The other thing is that if it drops below here, you'll probably get a crossover, but you'll drop, come back, test, and then move to the downside. The big question that I've got really is, are we just going to enter into this massive range? And if I just go to the weekly, you have a look at the weekly situation here. This is a strong area of support that we are in. If you look at that, look at the left. I mean, this is an area which has been of great interest since 2017. So it is going to take a lot to drop below this. And I still have an engulfing bar here with a tweezer bottom, but I don't have, doesn't look like I'm going to get a weekly bar to the upside. Now, hindsight being a perfect science, that retest of the 155 there was pretty much a signal on the weekly. You should be sitting short on the weekly at the moment. So yes, I am a little bit skeptical of the longs, and there is a weekly level here as well. So let's just get back here. The 3-hour in the structure is very interesting. So there's a level all the way up there, which wouldn't mind being retested, 13,287, but that's quite far away from us. And then you have this little level here. So what I'm actually rambling on about is, if we do get a break here, it could be a fake out. So it could be just a fake out just to get some, just to suck in some people and then drop below. I think my opinion for this morning is wait for a clear break or rejection of something. The 15-minute is definitely telling us we need to be looking for shorts. I don't think we're going to get all the way back up to here, and you can see 50-minute rejection there. That was probably your first entry. You would have never been able to get in on this unless you just jumped in on it. So that would have been your first structured entry, and that would have been 74-point stop loss, and you could still be sitting short on that. So that's kind of what the view I've got at the moment. Paying attention to 13,140 and 13,180. Paying very close attention to the 3-hour pin bar, because if we start getting 1 hour and then 3-hour closes above there, that's going to give you the opportunity to remove the upside. Also, there's a trend line that's broken here as well. Really difficult. I actually think it's a trap, to be honest. So probably a wiser move is to trade with the current trend, which is 15-minute to the downside, and then just pay attention to your 50-minute structure. There's the first level of structure. So if it does break to the upside, just go with the flow on the 50-minute, which is 13,160 short, and you have a stop just above there, which is an 80-point stop loss. That should give you enough leeway, and then what you're looking for is a retest of here. So you're looking at a 100-point gain, and that's at 13,057, probably 1,300. But if we start dropping below this area and start coming back to test it, I would hold on to shorts for a while, to be honest, because I think you are more than likely going to be moving further down. Okay, anyway, that's kind of my view at the moment. One of those days where you've got lots of mixed signals. So 1 hour you've got a pattern here on the 155, which just is screaming you need to be buying after the strong move. This is a pullback, and the same thing on the 3-hour here. You've got a inside bar, then a pin bar, off structure, diversions. Everything here is screaming you need to be looking for a move up. But then when you get down to the 15-minute, you are seeing the reverse of that. The reverse of that is that this is a trend. This is now a downward trend, sorry. We are now going into a range. We're looking for a break of the range. So just, I think I'm just going to follow my gut, and that is if we do break the upside, I'm not chasing the longs until there's probably a move and a pullback onto support. So what we will definitely do is be looking to short off any of these areas. Let's put that third one in here, based on the 50-minute chart, because we are in a downward trend at the moment. That's kind of my view right now. Be careful of what is going on, because even trying to short up here could be a trap as well. So lots of confusion, I think, and that's the moral of the story. Everybody was expecting stability, and now we have more volatility. So anyway, that's kind of my ramble for this morning. Be very careful, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your stops really tight. If you are short from the top here, I'd basically just be moving my stop down and just watch what happens in the markets, and just keep having a look at it every couple of hours just to see where we are. But for me at the moment, to get into this market, we want to get in short with what we've seen, but you could be trapped. You could be trapped. The other thing is, you look at the structure that's forming, could be strong move and then just a range. So ignore these inside bar, 2 inside bars here, and that pin bar. And then what you're looking for is a move down. And if you look to the left, that is what happened the last time. We sort of had inside bar there. We had an engulfing bar there, but it didn't reject. It continued to the upside. So this is the converse of what happened there. So anyway, that's kind of my ramblings environment. So wait for the market open. Let's just watch what happens here. But I suspect if we do drop below 13,060, your stop is here. And then I would just leave it for the day, because you're probably going to have another big day to the downside. Okay, anyway, hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.